So many new coaches on our team that I just wanted to have a quick chit chat about like what are the things you should be doing, because if you're like me, when I started as a coach, my head was like spinning with all the groups and the things and the like, oh, there's like so many groups and things you can do with this business, but I wanted to help you guys focus in on like what should I be doing in my first week, in my first month, even in your first 90 days, like as a coach, like what should your focus be? And so I just wanted to have a really quick call. So this isn't going to be long. This is no like training on some other crazy thing that you need to know, because most of you have gotten my email. You've decided what kind of coach you want to be. And if you're on this call, most likely you're working, because I've added you to the group chat for working coaches. So I just wanted to go over kind of like where your focus and headspace should be, because again, it's so draining when you're added to 50,000 groups and there's so many calls and so many things that you're like, what the heck am I doing? Like, I get it, but there's way too much. So I just want to break it down for you guys to really be able to focus yourself for the next 90 days, let's say, for the next 3 months. Just like really what you're, to give you a simple to-do list, because we're all moms. We've all got things going on. I get it. I've like done this business with a full-time job. So I know you need a short to-do list of like, what can I accomplish every day to make sure that I know that my business is moving forward, and where your focus should be. So number one priority should be your own goals. Like your own goals. You are not going to be a successful coach if you're not able to be proof the product works, right? We always talk to people about this is it, with having a busy schedule, with momming and school and jobs and other things. Like this works, this is doable, it's possible. So make sure you're doing the things, right? Make sure you're doing your workout and checking in with your challenge groups, because some of you have even signed challengers that are in our challenge group. So you want to show up for them and show them that as much as it's hard, it's doable. So do your workout, drink your shake, make a quick post about it. Make your presence known on social media that you're doing the things that you ask of your challengers. And what you do in your challenge groups is simply, showing up and supporting, because that's the biggest thing in this, is that we all have busy, crazy lives, and we all have a million excuses of why we don't want to do it or why we can't do it. I don't know if y'all saw the one day that I went live for my workout, and I went live for the whole workout, and there was about 200 viewers. And at the end, I was like, all right, I know some of you guys have told me you don't have time to work out, and you just watched me work out for 30 minutes, right? So I was like, no. So if you have time to be scrolling Facebook, if you have time to be, meandering around the kitchen, or, watching a TV show, or you have your kiddos outside playing, just find the 30 minutes to get it done, right? It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be glamorous. You don't have to have a gym. Just get it done and chug your shake down with water. It doesn't have to be glamorous. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to have banana or peanut butter or additives. It doesn't have to look beautiful for a picture. Just drink it every day. So what you're doing is you're creating a story, right? You're creating your journey. And I didn't even know I had a story. I didn't know I had a journey to share until doing this consistently for a year, right? I didn't know, I wasn't vulnerable enough to share everything about me and my life, but it was something that I could grab onto and be sharing, is that I was willing to do the things every single day to, in hopes of seeing some sort of change and transformation. And what happened was not the workouts itself of losing a bunch of weight, but it was me just being consistent in something. And I'd never done that before, right? I had jobs that I would quit. I would bounce back and forth from work here and there. Hold on one second. And so making myself focus and just do it, it taught me, patience in the business is huge, because it doesn't happen overnight. The consistency in doing your workouts and drinking your own Shakeology is hard. Like it sounds so simple, like, 30 minutes and drinking a shake. But I cannot believe how many coaches tell me that, when I'm like, what are you doing? Proof the product works. Are you doing your things? And they're like, oh, well, I drank a shake like a week ago. I'm like, no, like it's not about sometimes, right? You have to be on. You don't have to do it perfect. And if you mess up, show up in your challenge group. That's all I'm asking, is show up in a challenge group. So number one priority should be your journey, because as a coach, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be at your goal weight. You don't have to be confident. You don't have to have it all figured out, right? but you do have to be trying and showing up every day. That's what a coach does. So if you're successful at that, at just showing up, you've got the hurdle, the biggest hurdle figured out, okay? And then I want you to focus on personal development. And it sounds crazy because it's like, all right, well, reading books, listening to books is not going to grow a business. But as you grow yourself, just like the workouts are going to grow your story, and the Shakeology is going to help you with health and energy and creating, your results around it. Because I find, I have clearer skin, my digestion is better, my hair and nails are stronger, all that stuff around Shakeology. What personal development does is it gives me a platform to post about. And it grows my mental capacity to have a team the size that we have now. I would not have been able to do these calls or give you any sort of advice on anything the first week or 3 months in the business. Like, I wasn't confident. I didn't know. I wouldn't have been able to have a team call with people and tell you guys what to do had I not been working on my own leadership and my own confidence and my own belief system in this business and in myself, right? I had to start telling myself and believing in myself before I could have a team and tell them that I believed in them. I had to show myself it was possible of just doing those things, right? Over and over and over. So I really want you guys to be doing personal development every single day, whether it's listening to a book. I love The Slight Edge, or which is by Darren Hardy, or let me see. There are so many good ones. It really depends on what you struggle with the most. But if you start with The Slight Edge or The Compound Effect, those are really great books, just like business and goal setting, because it talks a lot about kind of what I was saying with your workouts and your nutrition. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a week. But I guarantee if you drink a Shakeology every single day and do 30-minute workouts 3 to 5 times a week in a year, you will be just blown away by the person you were last year, right? And it sounds so long, a year, like I don't want to wait a year, but the incredible journey of reading personal development for 2 years, I am 100% different of a person, inside and out, right? But the core, like, of my being in this business matches the fitness side. And so I'm able to bring confidence to our team. I'm able to dream bigger and help you guys because of that 10 to 15 minutes. Now I listen to personal development crazy amounts of time. Like, I don't turn the radio on in the car. I have a book on Audibles. I sit down and read before I go to bed. I'm listening to it while I'm cooking. That helps me in, my faith in the business, the confidence, all the things that you have to have and start growing and learning and trusting this process, trusting in yourself, starts with personal development. Because the personal development is going to start building that for you. Okay? Hold on, let me. There we go. All right, so number 1, your own journey with your nutrition and your fitness is top priority, and being in your challenge group, checking into your challenge group. Number 2, your personal growth, your personal development. Andrea, are you working out? Oh, I thought you were planking. I thought you were planking. I'm like, are you doing your workout? Personal growth. We have in our team page a whole list of personal development books. So you will never run out of something to read or listen to for specifically what you need. If it's confidence, if it's business building, if it's leadership, if it's, consistency, whatever it is, there's lists of books in our team page in a file. And it even breaks it down. Like, if you're struggling with this, here's some ideas of what to read, right? So like I said, I would start with The Slight Edge or The Compound Effect. I've read both of them several times. I've listened to them on Audibles, and they're just a really good starting place. And from there, you can branch out to whatever it is. It doesn't have to be something someone suggests. I was telling a coach while I was in Florida that I'd go to the bookstore, I'd go to the self-help section. I'm like, what stands out to me? And I'm a super visual person, so if I like the cover, I'm like, it's pretty and fun. Usually I like the book, even if it's something I've never heard of. So that's one way to do it. Or like scroll Audibles and search self-help books and be like, oh, that girl, listen to the sample section, whatever. And Audibles is just an app. You can buy books, or I do the membership, so it's $14 a month, but you get a free book every month, so it's worth it. And you have it forever. So I can listen to books. I can re-listen to chapters of books. So you have it forever. So I like doing that because I'm driving a lot with the kiddos, or if I'm at the park, I can stick an earpiece in so it has no idea I'm working. And so I can just kind of constantly be feeding myself that. for my own growth. Okay, so personal development, huge, huge, huge. I want you all, if you don't follow through with any of the other assignments, I want you to message me within the next 48 hours what you're doing for personal development. Because everyone can download a book or order a book or go to the library or find something, buy something, find something around your house, a devotional, something, do something. And I want you to message me, or even better, not just message me, message in the Coach Basics chat so everybody gets ideas and sees what everybody's reading, okay? And I think everybody on this call is in the Coach Basics chat. So, all right, thirdly, Success Club. You're going to hear me say it over and over and over, but without Success Club, your business is not growing. And the reason I say that is because it is the foundation of a monthly goal. It's not these weird points to win prizes. It's not like I want you to make sales to make Beachbody money. The reason Success Club is so important is because you are investing into your business enough to see 3 people get started with you a month, right? So it means you've talked to enough people. It means you've invested in posting. It means you've invested in your journey, that people are starting to watch and trust you. That is why finding 3 people a month minimum is so important. Okay, I'm going to reiterate. It is not because Beachbody is like, oh, if everybody makes 3 sales a month, we're going to get rich, right? Like, that's not the point. It really is because you are laying a foundation of making it a non-negotiable that you're going to put that much effort into your business daily. And so if you're seeing 3 people a month come out of it, it means you're doing the work to grow something bigger. And so if you're doing that for a year and you're doing the first thing that I said is being a product of the product and showing up in your challenge groups for your challengers, guess what you're doing? You're cultivating team culture. You're creating coaches, okay? Because your challengers are your best coaches. The ones that start getting success and the ones that are so motivated by you and the ones that are doing the things in the challenge groups, sharing their story on social media, sharing their success, they are your team, right? So if you want to start building a business, you have to start with the basics of finding your challengers every single month, because people quit, people stop, people go silent, people will buy something or return it. So if you're setting yourself that baseline of 3 people a month, no matter what, people are like, how many people do I need to talk to get Success Club? I'm like, well, I don't know, right? Some people it's super easy. Like I see coaches sign up and I'm like, how did you just freaking sign 15 people up? I had 150 people on my friends list and 35 of those were my cousins on my mom's side. Like I have 35 cousins. I was friends with all of them. I'm like, I didn't have a huge network. I didn't have people who were like, go reach out to people. And I'm like, I don't know who to talk to, right? So this shows that you're doing the basic behaviors of a coach, a business building coach. You're inviting daily. You're adding friends to your network because you probably aren't going to know your challengers besides social media. I'm looking at faces on here. I don't know who the call-in numbers are, but I've never met you guys in person, right? I added you as a friend, or you met me in a group, or you saw me on my fitness page. Don't go explode on Instagram and Snapchat and create a business page. You most likely I started with my personal page and I got really good at sharing my story. So I want you guys to challenge yourself for the next week to post 2 times a day. It doesn't matter. Don't be like, oh, I'm scared I didn't get any likes or comments. That's normal because Facebook has an algorithm of they show posts that are getting traction. So if you don't get likes or comments, it's most likely like 3 to 4% of your friends list sees your posts, right? When they go scroll your newsfeed, that's how many people from your friends list see your post. So don't freak out. It took me 2 years to start gaining some traction. Like, oh, people are actually liking that picture. I get now why people are like counting likes. I'm like, 56 likes. Who knew I'd be that person? But if it's Deadsville, don't think that people aren't seeing it and don't think that it's not important, okay? So if you post a workout at 9:30 a.m., people are at work, 3 to 4% of your friends are seeing it, right? People are busy. So don't freak out. The more you post, the more you're going to start gaining traction. So you're going to be adding to your network. So new friends are coming in. You're inviting. So the second you send that message and start talking to people, they're going to start coming to your page and watching you. Okay, so it's kind of a process doing those things every single day. So I want you to challenge yourself, your personal development and your posting. Okay, Make what you're inviting to important, because the second somebody is silent, when you send a message and they're silent, I guarantee you they click on your name and they go see what you've been sharing and what you've been posting about. So give them something to see and to look at and be like, oh, this girl's not kidding. She's doing the thing that she messaged me about, right? And make it personal. Don't be spamming people. Don't be like posting up cardboard cutouts that Beachbody gives you, right? They use that for their infomercials. Be you. Be real. Share a selfie. You don't have to have selfie game strong yet. I posted pictures that were so awful. I like look in the time hop. I'm like, girl, I don't even know what I was doing. Like I'm like this close to the thing and I'm sweat. Like, but the point is to just practice and get really good at it, okay? The social media presence is super important. So when you're privately inviting and you're publicly inviting by sharing every single day. So it's not like, oh, I posted once and then it's a week later I posted. Like I said, Facebook is very picky about what they let people see, right? They want to make money too. They are a business. And so they have algorithms. They're like, okay, all these like pages, they're paying us. We're going to post their stuff in the news feeds, right? So your stuff isn't seen as much. That is why it is so important. There are so many days where I'm like, I have no idea what to post. Like my life is boring. I'm home with kids all day, every day. I don't go out. I don't have like this crazy, fun, exciting hobby that I enjoy. Like coaching is my life and the girls are my life. That is my life. But you guys see that, and that, again, it ties into the personal development. Read something and share something. Do your workout, share it. Drink your shake, share why you drink it or what you love about it or why it's so great for on the go for school pickup or, you don't have time, at work to do anything. You don't have a kitchen at your work so you can shake it up. It doesn't have to be glamorous right now. Just practice getting good at showing up every day. And the posting ideas will come. If you have ideas at midnight, jot them down. If you work out, but you don't want to post your workout right then, save a post and post it the next morning before work. If you're on a busy schedule, start, thinking of posts. If you find a recipe you like that you cook on a Saturday night and you don't think about posting it till midnight, don't post it when nobody's going to be on, but you can save that recipe and take a cute picture and share it on Sunday afternoon and say, hey, 10 likes and who wants this recipe for this amazing veggie lasagna roll up? 10 likes and I'll share it in the comments. That starts getting traction, right? So be thinking ahead. Even if you read your personal development at midnight before bed, it will spur on a thought for your post in the morning. People are like, Brie, I don't know how you come up with 5 paragraphs, like these long, glamorous. I'm like, that's not every day. That's my journal. Like I journal for personal development. That is like thoughts coming out of my journal. I'm like, all right, how do I pare this down to share with somebody? It's not every day. It's not always these big, lengthy things, but just practicing getting good at it and reading the personal development will help so much with what you have to share. Because I just share my family and my reading. Like I don't have a lot to share. I get it. Like staying at home mom or a working mom or going to school. It's not glamorous. We don't have a lot going on, right? But when you go to my page, guess what? I'm not like, well, I'm a really boring person, right? Like, I love my life. I love coaching. I love what it has to offer. I've met all you guys. I've met so many new people. I have so many friends now, like good, close friends. And so just sharing that journey, people are like, man, I've been watching you, and you've come so far. People tell me that you come so far because I've just shared daily where I'm at. And they watch it kind of as a timeline and it starts to grow and be like, wow, I followed you for 2 years, girl. I'm ready to do this. Okay. So when somebody says no or doesn't respond or you add them and they disappear, don't think that they're not watching you. Every single person you add or message, they are watching you. They're watching to see who's going to stick it out. Because I've seen so many coaches so close and done so much hard work and they'll quit after 2 months. I'm like, girl, you didn't even give it time. Like I don't go to a restaurant unless somebody's been like, oh, it's really good. You should try it out. Right. If they're like, gross, no, don't go there. Most likely I'm not going to go there. So if they've had a bad experience with a network marketing business or they've had an experience, we have a leader on our team. Her name is Amanda Starr. She's one of my top coaches. She has drank Shakeology before. She's had a coach before. She's returned a challenge pack before, didn't want to do the workouts. And here we are 2 years later. She's one of my strongest coaches. She's now part-time at a job, and she's home with her daughter more because I just believed that at some point I could help her. And she came back around and was like, you know what? I kind of want to give that a try again. You make it look like it might work for me, okay? So don't ever discount anybody. You just keep going, and eventually people come around. I think Jordan's on this call. Her and I have known each other since I was like not a coach. Like, that girl was probably scared of me. Like, my past self, I was scared of me, okay? Like alcohol, drugs, crazy party girl, like awful bleached hair, like just not cute, right? And now here we are, moms of girls, connecting through Facebook. We've never really hung out that much. Like, we've had some mom coffee dates here and there now, but like we haven't really hung out and connected besides through Facebook of her watching my journey. And to be honest, like, we would comment more on each other's stuff than we ever knew each other. Like, we didn't know each other, right? And she's like, something is changing. I think I want to try that, right? So just the connecting and being real with people, like, this doesn't happen overnight. And she saw that. She's like, it wasn't overnight, but I know who that person was. Like, I've seen that person, that crazy girl. And now I see where she's at now. And like, it's come full circle. And I think I want to try doing that. So don't discredit people, and just know that your story is impacting people, whether they're going to comment or have, you know, the ability to message you right away or the courage to be like, hey, I really want your help. Just know that that takes time, and you can like totally find your 3 people a month if you put in the effort of talking to enough people. And it's not wasting your time talking to a lot of people because they always come around, whether it's 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. I just signed up a girl tonight, and I've talked to her since day 1 of coaching. Like, I scrolled our messages, and I have not had conversations with her. She has just followed me. She's kind of been like a silent, you know, every time I message her, she doesn't respond. And she messaged me tonight and was like, I'm in, I'm ready. I was like, what? Like, that is crazy. Like, it was one of those people that I'm like, they're never. So don't ever discredit what you're doing on social media, and the people you're messaging that you hear crickets from. Don't ever discredit them, and just keep going, because eventually it's like this funnel effect where you just keep filling the top, and eventually it starts pouring through. Okay. So you're doing the legwork, you're building a foundation, you're building trust in a lot of people. You're doing a lot of hard work for not a lot of return right now, but just know that the why that you're coaching, beyond helping people, like, I see a future with Beachbody because I want Aaron to quit his job. I wanted to be, you know, at home with my girls, not stressed out. I wanted to be happy. Like, at the end of the day, I just wanted to be fulfilled and happy in my life. And I just didn't feel that way. And the second I started coaching, I just felt happier, right? It wasn't the $50 paycheck I got every other week from signing a challenger. It wasn't the, oh my gosh, like I'm a millionaire tomorrow. I just felt genuinely happy showing up in my challenge groups. I felt happy in the team culture, in the coach that signed me up with her coaches. I felt like somebody actually cared. And if I messaged them, they were there for me. I've never had good girlfriends until coaching. I've literally had 0 girlfriends. I've had drinking buddies. I've had high school friends that we partied, but it was never a girl on Tuesday where I'm like, hey girl, I'm having a rough day. Can we grab coffee and talk? I've never had that friend. I was not in college. I didn't have a sorority. I don't have family nearby. I didn't talk to my sisters for like 5 years because of my party crazy. Like, that is how much I just felt alone. And when I started with coaching, I was just like, man, I feel like I'm connected finally. I'm finally like where I need to be. And so I knew that even though it takes time, I was willing to give it that time, because now I'm like, I'm dreaming bigger than I ever have. And I didn't have that in my old job. I was terrified of momming by myself. I felt isolated. Now, even though it's through a computer screen, I'm never isolated. I have somebody I can reach out to every single second of the day. I have friends where I'm like, I know Jordan will be there if I need to message her. I know Brittany's having a rough day. I'm going to message her. You know, whoever it is, They know they can reach out to me, and I know that I have people on the other side that I can go to and be like, dude, it's a rough day. I don't want to work out, or I don't want to invite anymore, or this coaching thing is so hard, but I'm happy doing it, right? I'm so happy and I'm so confident in what I'm doing. So write down your why. That's your last thing you need to do, is write down your why. Beyond helping people, right? Like that comes with the business. That's kind of like working a clothing store and being like, I want to sell clothes. Okay. Like that's not the purpose behind you coaching. What is your driving factor that you see? What do you believe in this business to do for you and your family? Because for me, my why has cultivated and changed so many times. But when I started, I was like, man, if I could just pay for that Shakeology so it's not another bill, right? And then I did that in my first week. And I'm like, all right, well, I could probably make a bigger goal, right? And it was to pay off my car. I paid off my car in 2 months. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to quit my freaking job. And I went for it. I hustled and I worked hard and I sat up late at night after work, after I had my daughter in bed, and I just messaged and invested in people and trusted the process. And 6 months later, I quit that freaking job. I fired my boss. I was like, now I got to come up with another why. And now the why is to have Aaron quit his job and come home to his girls, because I see how miserable he is in his job. So I want you to find a why that makes you cry. And I'm talking like ugly cry. Like if that could happen, holy cow, my life, like I have goosebumps talking about. I want you to get so detailed, and I want you to share that with me or in the group. What is the why? What do you see with this? Because that's what will make you show up on the days that you don't want to, right? Because Aaron deserves me to show up because he allowed me to quit and follow this passion, right? I'm a mom. I'm a housewife. I do the cleaning and the cooking and I don't cook. I do chicken and broccoli every night. We're kidding. But I do the cleaning. I do the whatever. But he trusted me to do this, right? And now it's his turn. And I literally cannot wait for the day. Every single time he pulls the ironing board out to iron his shirt and goes out the door. And I said, one day we're going to make a video. It's hopefully coming soon. We're going to throw that ironing board into the field behind our house and be like, peace out. We are living the life that I am fighting for, right? And so I want you to have a why that's tangible, that you see with this business and say, that is why I'm going to show up every single day. And if you do that, I cannot promise you in a month, I cannot promise you in a year, but I can promise it will happen if you're just super unconditionally consistent. Show up for an hour in your business, message people, add friends, post, do your workouts, drink your shake. It's not a complicated business. You could go watch YouTube for hours on the ins and outs of coaching and what the ranks are and what the status is and how I earn income. But that literally all comes, like every single step of the way, every rank you earn, every little paycheck and thing, it just comes naturally. So if you focus on these things, your challenge group and the 3 vital behaviors, your daily to-do list of personal growth, practice posting, reaching out to people, filling your challenge groups, hitting Success Club, 3 people a month, you will know for a fact that you are growing a foundation for your business. And all the other stuff will come in training groups that we run as a team. And other, you're going to come across YouTube and watch it, right? But don't go out and be the most informed coach, because without doing, you could know everything there is to know and have no business. Because without action and just doing what I'm sharing now, the little simple things, there's no business, okay? So I wanted to open it up to questions if people have questions. I do have the 21-day Coach Basics group running right now. You guys know that the files are available to you in our team page of there's a file that says how to invite, ideas of what to say to people when reaching out to people. There's the team script when you get to that part. There's posting ideas. There's personal development ideas. There are call to action, which is your challenge group or your coach post ideas, right? Just make them make them, authentic from the heart. I wasn't good with words, but there was a lot of times that I would just use my voice messenger to create a post and just talk about what I loved about coaching. Again, in the beginning, I didn't have a huge paycheck to share about, but I shared that $50 allowed me as a stay-at-home mom, like I quit my job and now, you know, I didn't want to ask Aaron for money. Like I didn't want him to like get the check every time just because like I'd quit my job. So getting $50 meant I made a video and we went out to eat and I was like, I'm using my $50 that I earned, right? I was proud of that. That's killer to a stay-at-home mom. Don't discredit your little progress. Signing a challenger and helping them get into a challenge group, that's huge. Losing a pound, gaining confidence, finishing your first personal development book. Those things are what posts are made of. Share about your team success. If you see somebody posting in the team page, I shared that Jordan hit Success Club. She blew it out of the water, right? Share those things. Be like, my team's on fire. Guys, we are a top 200 team. Out of 500,000 coaches, this little bubble of mine to pay for Shakeology has turned into a top 200 team out of 500,000 people. And it's because of just the little consistencies that I've done through 2 years of just showing up to my business every day and trusting the people that, you know, are meant to be on this team will be in this team. Okay? And I have a goal for us to be elite, which is a huge goal. It means I need 3 more people to step up, like 3 leaders to just rock it out to diamond. But beyond that, elite means our team is rocking helping people and rocking their own goals. Like it doesn't just happen. And I want you guys to know, like, I am all about helping you guys reach your goals because that's what we do together, right? It's not about me being at the top by myself. Like, that's not fun. It doesn't happen. I'm here in the trenches, like, doing it with you. I do the same things that I ask you to do every single day. Okay? So are there questions? I know everybody's muted, but you can unmute yourself or ask in the chat. Girl, 3 pounds is awesome. You literally just, I'm trying to remember the date you said. Like what, 8 days ago? I guess right before I went to Florida, right?
Has it been? Yeah, it's been 8 days, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And those kinds of things are what people need to see because it's so tangible to them. Like if I posted about making $1 million tomorrow, do you know that would inspire less people than if you posted about the 3-pound weight loss? Because $1 million isn't tangible to people, right? But 3 pounds is like somebody's like, a glimmer of, I could do that. Like that girl's doing it. She wants to help me. I could do that. Let's see. Brittany, 10 pounds is crazy. Holy cow. Have you posted about that?
I have not posted yet.
Girl. Just that first like 21-day fix or that first before after. I know Jordan shared a picture of her in her swimsuit because they're going on a trip. And I was like, holy cow. Like she got so much response of like, dude, I wish I had, you know, even the people that are like, not saying, oh, I'm in on your challenge group. Like the people that are like, I wish I could rock it like you are, or I wish I could do that. Like the people that like, those are the people that you go start talking to and will eventually be your challengers. Like the people are like, I wish I could do that. I wish I had your motivation. I wish I had your, I'm like, girl, I didn't have it. Like I still don't have it some days. Like I go live all the time because I'm a whiny, complaining person about my workouts. I'm like, I don't want to work out every day. Like absolutely 100% not. But then I get to the end of my workout and I'm always like, okay, I'm really glad I did that, right? Not about the weight loss anymore. It's about the content and just doing the things that are hard because I know my girls are watching. I know other people are watching. Andrea, that's crazy. That's so good. I feel better after having a second child than I did with my first child. I don't know if you guys saw my like picture from today, earlier today, but like I was a hot mess mom when I had Soph. Like I was dealing with depression. I was on 3 different medications. I was seeking therapy twice a week. Like I was a hot mess. And just through like consistency of my 30-minute workouts and like 80-20 rule with my nutrition and having support, like the support is key, obviously, because it really boosts you. Like I know I have a place to check in. I know it's hard. Other people are struggling, but they're doing it. Like that to me, and I look at my body and I'm like, God, I'm not a supermodel. I never want to be. I might never be in a bikini competition, but I feel so good. My skin is clearer. Like I just feel happy. I have like the happy glow, right? Well, besides Florida just like messed up my skin. I have like zits everywhere. But, you know, anyway, do you guys have questions? Anything else? Was this helpful? Jordan, I have 15 people sending my message. How would you approach them again? Okay, so like you've actually sent them a form to like order a challenge pack? Okay, so I always just message them. If you haven't messaged them like, hey, did you get that? I always just am like, hey girl, I just wanted to make sure you got like the link to sign up. Like the ending date to start my challenge group is X. So the next challenge group, let me see if I can pull this up. I have it on the calendar, so I can tell you exactly what I would say. We are at the 12th, October 3rd. Okay. So I would be like, hey girl, I just wanted to check in. I know you were super excited about, and then blank. Whatever their goal was, their biggest goal while you were talking to them, put it in there. So, hey girl, I'm going to pretend it's 10 pounds. I know you're really excited to lose 10 pounds before Hawaii or before your wedding. I'm so pumped to help you with those goals. I wanted to make sure you got that link and that you're all set for, ordering by X date so you can join my October challenge group. They either don't respond or they are going to say, oh girl, whatever excuse that, came up or they can't afford it. And then I simply say, I totally get it. I try to run a new challenge group every month. I'd love to follow up with you to see if maybe next month is better. Is that okay? And then they go on a follow-up list. So then I simply check in with them, or I offer them, to join my free clean eating group that I ran. Because even if I'm not actively running the free group, they can join in there and get the meal plan and see that I've supported people and get some sort of free to add value and trust to them. And then when they're ready, they know who to go to because I follow up. And then I'm like, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, hey girl, how's life? How's the kids? Just a very casual follow-up to remind them that I'm still here and they start seeing my posts again. So when they're ready, they will come to you. At that point, you can't really make them buy the challenge pack. I have like over 100 applications out there right now. Like, come on, guys, right? And they might sit there for a year. They might never sign up. But I know that I've just kind of been like, hey girl, the order date in order to get your stuff by, we're starting October 3rd. I just want to make sure you get your things in time. Did you have any trouble with that link? Something simple where I'm like, I know you didn't have trouble. I know you probably got it and didn't sign up, but just something simple like, did you have any issues with the link? Or I wanted to make sure or check in to see if, this next group coming up is better for you. When can we get you set up? Did you have any problems with the email I sent you? And then they'll come up with, like I said, an excuse or the money thing. And that's when you can offer them, be like, totally get it. Do you mind if I follow up with you? I really want to support you in those goals. So being personal, let them know that you heard their goals. Let them know that you listened to the conversation. And then also let them know that it's okay that they're not purchasing right away, that they're not doing a challenge group right away, because they will come around eventually. So don't get mad. Don't just stop talking to them and be like, you said you were going to buy it. Now I'm pissed at you. Like, I never want somebody to feel icky. Like I'm spamming them with a sale. And then like, if they don't buy it, then I don't care. Right. Like I've just spent all this time like chatting about their goals. I don't want them to think that I just don't give a crap anymore if they don't buy a challenge pack or they don't get in my challenge group. So I always am saying something along the lines of like, hey, did that email come through okay? I noticed that you hadn't got set up yet. Just wanted to be sure. I'm so excited on helping you lose that 10 pounds, or I'm so excited, help you lose that baby weight. I'm so excited to help you, whatever. Bring it back to their goals. And when they go, yeah, it did. I'm just, I just talked to my husband, or yeah, it did, but money's tight, or my truck broke down, or whatever the thing is, then you can just bring it back to real life and keep having a conversation until they're ready. And be understanding that, yeah, people have excuses. People have money issues. People have things, sometimes a good one when it's a money thing. I'm like, I totally get it. I did the same thing when I signed up with my challenge pack. I told my boyfriend I was going to do Starbucks for 3 weeks so that I could save that $5 or that $3. And then I got started in my Coach's Next Challenge group. How does that sound? Or if you know the person, or that for me, it was cigarettes and Starbucks, right? I like cut them out. I was like, no cigarettes, no Starbucks. I'm going to buy this thing, right? So whatever it is, like, girl, I get it. I was eating out. I was eating Burger King on my lunch break. I had to cut that out and start bringing like salads from home so that I could get my challenge pack. And then I was able to start the next month. Or I have challengers, just something simple, being nice, being gracious, because it's not our job to make sure to decide for them that they're ready for a challenge group. And if they're not ready, you don't want them to sign too fast because A, they either return it, or B, they don't get anything out of it, right? You have crickets in your challenge groups. It's not fun. It's not motivating when people are just sitting there like not doing anything. And I've ran challenge groups like that, just duds. And my challengers, the ones that are like wanting to do it, are like, I thought we were going to be in this with a group of women that were supporting each other. And so far I'm the only one that's posting. So, just be real with them, be open and understanding that it's not the time for them, and then just move on. Okay. I have a follow-up list. I have it pulled up right now. I can actually screen share and show you guys exactly. Like, I don't take a ton of notes, but you'll be able to see. This is what it looks like. Literally, I have the month, and then I just have names, right? And so anybody that says no, anybody that's like kind of interested in a clean eating group, whatever, I just write their name down. So this is like, names after names after names after names. And I have a notebook too, but so green is when they've ordered, yellow is a link sent. So when I'm really struggling for Success Club, I go through my whole entire like backlog of 2 years, and guess who I message first? The yellows, right? And then I get into month by month. I just go down the list and I check in and I follow up with every single person. And I just mark off their names. Hey girl, it's been all summer since we've chatted. How are you? So that is your list of contacts. That's when I say like you need to be doing 10 to 20 follow-ups. You need to be doing, 10 new invites. An invite doesn't mean a spammy like, hey, do you want to buy this challenge pack to join my challenge group? An invite is an invite to converse with you and to start seeing what you're doing. So when I'm like, guys, I want you to send 5 invites today in the Coach Basics chat, don't spam somebody. Go send a message, much like I have sent to you at one point or another, saying, hey, girl, go to their page. I saw you just got a dog. How's life? How's the kiddos? We haven't talked since college. We haven't talked ever. How's life? Just something simple, a hey girl message. That makes you relatable. That makes you non-scary. So when they're ready, they're more likely to come to you and they trust you and they know that you're not out for a sale, right? The sales are great, but it feels even better to make a sale when you know they're ready and that you didn't spam them into it or like get them involved when they weren't ready. Any other questions? Good, Jordan. Hopefully that helps. And then if you guys are struggling with what to say to somebody, you can screenshot a message and post it in the Coach Basics and be like, what would you guys say to this person? Right? Because that helps a lot. Like you don't have to have the answers. And that's what I love about coaching is I'm not perfect at it. Like somebody will come to me and be like, I have X disease or, Hashimoto's or whatever it is, like an eating thing, or digestion thing or allergies. Like I don't know the answers right away. Some chick was like, I'm allergic to mushrooms. Can I drink Shakeology? I'm like, let me check on that. Like I didn't have to be Superwoman who knew the answer, right? I was real about it. I was like, honestly, I think there's mushrooms in it, but let me check for you. Let me ask if anybody's had problems with that. I asked in the team page. So it's okay for you to be like, let me check, or like, I'm not absolutely sure, but let me get back to you, or to just let the message sit until you know a response. So it's totally fine to not have all the answers. I butchered conversations as a new coach. I was messaging people before I had even tried Shakeology. I didn't even have my challenge pack in the mail. I was like, girl, you got to do this thing with me. I'm really excited. This girl's awesome. We're going to do all the things and lose the weight and whatever. And she's like, well, does it taste good? I'm like, I have no idea. I've never tried it. It's going to be awesome though. You should do it, right? Like, and I hit Success Club in that week just because I was super pumped about it. And I just talked to a lot of people until I found the 3 that were ready. So you just have to know that you're finding 3, right? 3 people. Just go hard after it. And I've done it for 28 months now. I counted up my months. 28 months, I've helped 5 people a month. I've hit Success Club 10. You get 2 points for every challenge pack. So 2 points for every person you start helping. Okay? And you just rinse and repeat. And you do those things over and over and over, and your business will start to grow because you're building trust and you're building accountability for yourself to really show up every single day. All right, I said I wasn't going to have a long call, and it's 45 minutes. Not too bad. Any other questions? You know, you can ask in the coach chat questions that you have, or in the team page, or in the Coach Basics training that I'm doing right now. Ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Or use Google. Google and YouTube are your best friend, or your online office. There's more training back there. Like, I don't want to spam my coaches with so much, because sometimes you're so, Brittany, you're fine. I know. I see you over there like, what? I've shared the most of it. So everybody share your personal development of what you're reading. And then in the Coach Basics, share your why. That's it. Okay? All right, I've given you enough to work with. I'm excited to hear questions, and I'm excited to hear screenshots if you're stuck in conversation. I think that's it. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for getting on. Appreciate it. Bye.